Salutation!
Close your eyes. Picture fireworks. Stadium lights. Super Bowl halftime. You hear the bass drop, the crowd roar, and the announcer scream, "Make some noise for Lil Wayne." But that moment never happened, because Kendrick Lamar got that spot instead. And what followed wasn't just a snub, it was a slow-motion unraveling of a legend. Because after 5 long years of silence, Lil Wayne finally dropped Thaw Carter 6, a record meant to reclaim his throne. Instead, it might have buried him for good. Now don't blink, because what we're about to unpack isn't just an album review, it's a post-mortem on an empire. And if you're riding with us through this wild saga of missed shots, silent betrayals, and auto-crooned chaos, then hit like, smash subscribe, and tell that dusty old algorithm. I don't skip legends unless they start sounding like this. All right, let's dive in. It started with noise. A lot of it. Wayne had been relatively quiet in recent years, but the rap world dragged him right back into the spotlight, thanks to the now historic beef between Kendrick and Drake. Suddenly, Lil Wayne's name was everywhere. Why? Because the Super Bowl was headed to New Orleans. That's Wayne's backyard. But instead of seeing Mr. Carter on stage, we saw Kendrick Lamar, completely owning the moment. Wayne was pissed. He made that very clear. His silence broke. His pride got loud. And Thaw Carter 6? That was supposed to be his answer to everything. The Drake drama, the Kendrick dominance, the halftime headline that should have been his. But here's the kicker. When the album finally dropped, it wasn't a throne Wayne climbed back onto Prusen. It was a trapdoor. The first warning sign? That promo trailer. AI generated Lil Wayne clones, recreating his old album covers like Jay-Z's God Did trailer. Only difference? Jay's version looked iconic. Wayne's looked like a Fiverr fever dream. It was supposed to say, "I'm back." Instead, it whispered, "Y'all remember when I used to matter?" Then came the album, and oh man, things only got messier. You'd expect the 6th Carter album to feature the guy repping the 6, right? I mean, Drake? Nope. Not a word, not a verse, not even a passive-aggressive voicemail skit. And that's when fans started putting the pieces together. Is Wayne distancing himself from Drake? Or is Drake ghosting Wayne now that his own career's on life support? Either way, the silence was louder than any diss track. And the weirdest part? Everyone thought Drake and Nicki were on this record. Reputable outlets like Rolling Stone and Sports Illustrated even reported it. Even DJ Academics was acting like a major Young Money reunion was coming. Like we were about to get a Kendrick diss Voltron with Wayne and Drake tag-teaming the mic. But when the track list dropped, nothing. Nada. Not even a shout-out. Cue the clown music. So what happened? Was it all fake hype? Was Wayne trying to bait Drake into some kind of legacy flex? Or was it just another casualty of whatever quiet Cold War is happening behind Young Money's velvet curtains? Either way, Thaw Carter 6 was already feeling like a party full of strangers, and the host didn't even show up sober. Because when you actually listen to this album, you don't hear a man fighting for the throne. You hear a man fighting the urge to nap mid-verse. This wasn't the hungry mixtape killer Wayne who demolished features in his sleep. This was throw spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks, Wayne. With rock covers, elephant noises, and vocals so auto-tuned they might have been recorded inside a Bluetooth speaker underwater. It wasn't experimental, it was confused. And when fans got to the track, Welcome to Thaw Carter, there was a flicker of hope. Okay, this is the Wayne we know. But that hope lasted all of 3 minutes. The rest of the album? A chaotic roller coaster with no seatbelts and a driver yelling, "Trust me, I'm a legend." Bro, that's not how this works. Let's talk about why this album hit so wrong. First off, Wayne tried to turn this into his own Super Bowl moment. He lined up the drop with a high-budget trailer that ran during the actual game. Like, this was a full-court PR press. Except, Kendrick was literally on stage performing one of the coldest halftime shows ever in New Orleans, Wayne's turf. So instead of clapping back with fire, Wayne clapped offbeat, and the comparisons only got uglier from there. Kendrick's bars were surgical. His rollout? Tactical. His performance? Instant classic. Wayne? He put Ave Maria over trap drums. Let that sink in. Ave, Maria, trap drums. We didn't just cross genre lines, we bulldozed them, built a Waffle House on the rubble, and then auto-crooned the menu. What made it even worse? That wasn't even the weirdest moment on the record. There were random beat switches, jarring hooks, off-key features, and MGK. Yes, Machine Gun Kelly is back, and not in a good way. This is what happens when you chase relevance like it owes you money. You get a Frankenstein album stitched together from Reddit threads and expired hype. And still, Wayne somehow expected people to call this a comeback? Nah, dog. This was a warning. And here's the thing. Wayne didn't need to be Kendrick. He didn't need to one-up the Super Bowl. He just needed to be Wayne. But instead of reminding us why he was once the most dangerous man in rap, he reminded us what happens when you stop evolving but keep recording. And fans? They didn't just notice. They bailed. Tap like if you're still with me, because this is where it gets really ugly. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. It's free, it's fast, and it keeps this rap roller coaster riding smoother than Wayne's auto-tune. Now, let's keep going. Let's get one thing straight. Wayne's legacy isn't up for debate. This is the guy who gave us Thought Harder 2, who dropped Dedication 2 like a nuke, who turned guest verses into gold, and once rhymed grocery bag with such reckless confidence that it became meme royalty. But Thought Harder 6? This ain't legacy, it's leakage. And here's where it turns tragic. Because instead of crafting a tight, focused, triumphant return, Wayne gave us an album that feels like a glitchy playlist from a rapper still figuring out GarageBand. The features? Kodak Black, MGK. Even Big Sean and 2 Chainz couldn't save it. Their verses showed up like CPR on a flatline, too late, too random, and not enough voltage. And that's not even the biggest sin. It's the fact that Wayne said nothing. No response to Kendrick. No message to Drake. No bars that explained why he deserved the Super Bowl more than K. He had the perfect setup. Media attention, fan sympathy, hometown pride, even beef energy. And instead of delivering a statement, he mailed in a mixtape with the energy of a sleepy SoundCloud rapper doing vocal warm-ups. And let's not forget the cover art. We get it. Wayne wanted to do the Jay-Z recreate your past albums trick, except Jay's rollout felt curated and cinematic. Wayne's looked like fan art slapped together on Canva at 3 a.m. by someone who's never heard Thought Harder 3. Combine that with a rollout that relied on AI slop trailers, weird social media posts, and zero direction, and you've got yourself a mess that no PR firm could fix. Even his own fans are confused. Is this Rebirth 2.0? Is he trolling us? Or is this just what Wayne sounds like now? If the answer's yes to any of those, we've got a bigger problem. Because the one thing Thought Harder series always had? Purpose. Even when it was wild. Even when it was bloated. Even when Wayne was rhyming like a Martian on a sugar rush, there was vision. The Carter 6 feels like a screenshot of a group chat no one proofread. And in the age of Kendrick's precision and Drake's theatrics, for better or worse, Wayne's chaos just looks tired. Now, let's zoom out. Remember all those voices saying Kendrick didn't deserve the Super Bowl over Wayne? Well, those voices have gone real quiet lately. Because Kendrick didn't just take the stage, he earned it. Meanwhile, Wayne got everything he supposedly wanted. Attention, hype, a release window lined up with the NFL. And still fumbled the bag harder than a kick returner in Crocs. That halftime slot? It was never Wayne's to begin with. And Thought Harder 6 proves exactly why. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the studio, literally. Because at some point on this record, Wayne decided the missing piece was elephant noises. Not metaphors, not samples, actual, trunk, sounds. You can't make this up. And you'd think that would be the lowest point. But no, he also gave us Ave Maria over 808s. And if you've ever wondered what it sounds like to ruin both church and hip-hop in the same breath, play that track. There's auto-tune. There's offbeat verses. There's mixing so bad you'd think the engineer left mid-session to go smoke a blunt and forgot to come back. It's not even bad in a fun way, it's bad in a "why are you doing this to us" kind of way. And this is the guy who once said, "I am music." Now, it feels like he barely remembers the alphabet. Let's bring this home. Thought Harder 6 doesn't just miss the mark, it nukes it from orbit. It's not a flop because it lacks hits, it's a flop because it lacks heart. Wayne had the world watching, and instead of flexing like the GOAT he once was, he stumbled around the mic like a rock star who lost his map, his voice, and maybe even his Wi-Fi connection. And what's worse, he ended up making Kendrick look even better. Because while Wayne fumbled this moment, Kendrick has been laser-focused, destroying Drake, dropping poetic bombs, and reminding everyone why he's untouchable. Meanwhile, Wayne, he made us nostalgic for silence. And here's the coldest part of all. This album makes one thing clearer than ever. Wayne and Kendrick can't be compared anymore. It's not fair to either of them. One is still ascending. The other is recycling ideas from Rebirth and hoping nobody notices the smell. This ain't a rivalry, it's a reality check. So if you're one of those fans still trying to argue that Wayne deserved that halftime show, ask yourself this. Do you really want the world watching Ave Maria over trap drums, while Kendrick's sitting in the crowd like, told y'all? Look, no one's erasing Wayne's legacy. But at this point, he's the only one doing damage to it. And Thaw Carter 6 isn't just disappointing, it's depressing. It's the sound of a rap god forgetting the words to his own sermon. And if this is the final act of the Carter series, then Wayne just slammed the door shut, with a fart sound effect and a guitar solo no one asked for. So now I'll turn it over to you. Drop a comment. Is this the worst Carter album? Did Wayne fumble the biggest comeback shot of his career? Or is there still time for redemption? And if you made it this far, you already know what to do. Tap that like, body slam, subscribe. And let YouTube know you're not here for lazy legacy acts phoning it in. You want the real, the raw, the ridiculous. Because we've still got stories to tell. And next up, if you thought Wayne's flop was bad, wait till you see how Drake just embarrassed himself with the worst move of his entire career. It's wild, it's petty, and it's in the next video. Click it now.